I am not a master copywriter by any stretch of the imagination, guys. I'm just trying to master this skill like you are, but I do make a lot of money with this skill. As you can see, I make kind of mid six figures a year doing this, which is awesome. And I kind of want to show you guys this live because honestly, anyone can screenshot a Stripe thing. I'll show you by refreshing my thing that, yeah, this is my real Stripe and I do make a lot of money with this skill and I want to help you do the same thing. So I thought it would be cool today for someone who actually does this to show you how I write emails live. Let's write an email together. I'm not just going to tell you what to do. I'm going to do it live for you so you can see me do it. And hopefully this will answer a lot of questions and help you guys with this skill and help you make a lot of money. So obviously there's a lot more to making money with this skill than just emails. Emails are a small but a very important part of making money with copy. And you can make a good living, like 10K a month, just by writing emails for people if you're good. That is the question mark. Are you good, right? So I'm gonna show you how to get good at writing these emails, what a good email looks like. And emails are less about nailing it on the first try than just having a bunch of good quality emails that you're putting out every other day or so. And so let's do that right now. Let's write an email that I'm gonna send to my list. And if you guys aren't on my email list, I rarely ever promote this because I don't really care. But you can join in the description if you want to just receive this email in the next week or so whenever I put it out. But let's go ahead and get right into it. So yeah, this is my six-figure email template. It's a very basic template, as you can see. Nothing crazy here. It just helps me write these emails and it keeps me on the right track to making these emails valuable and effective. So the first thing we start with is usually the subject line or the big idea. Those are the two things that I start with. And if you want to see how I come up with my ideas, which is honestly the secret, like that's where all this money comes from, is from good ideas, not really the copy itself. But when you have a good idea with good copy, that's when things go crazy. Go watch my video on how to generate unlimited ideas as a copywriter. That video will blow your mind, so go watch that. But yeah, usually I have an idea. So the idea that I had for this email is, to be honest with you, I usually come up with ideas when I'm taking a dump. So I was taking a dump and I came up with the subject line. So I either have the big idea or angle, or I have the subject line first and I come up with the angle based on the subject line. The subject line that I thought of was youch. I don't know. I just like this word. Let me see how it looks like with, okay, I think I want this many E's, that many H's. So this subject line, I thought it sounds fun. It represents my kind of brand, redneck, and I think people would click on it. And the preview line I'm thinking of is PL, which is like negative 4,000. This inspires a lot of emotion. It also builds curiosity on the subject line. So as you see in my subject line and preview lines, I use curiosity a lot. Like I give just enough information to make you kind of think, what is this? And give you a rough idea, which makes you want to open it up and kind of figure out the story behind it. And so that's the subject line we're going with is youch. And the preview line is negative 4K. Now, the reason why I think this would be good is because, see, if we just do youch, that doesn't look as good. I think, okay. I'll use one of these two. I think these look the best. We want something that's a pattern interrupt and it conveys like an emotion and kind of has a story to it. There's some drama. And so youch kind of does that for me. I don't know. I like it. I feel like no one's ever said the subject line, so I want to be the first. And the negative 4K, you always want to give some context to your subject line with the preview line. So it's kind of like the hype man of the subject line is the preview line. So whenever you have youch, we have negative 4K. Now we all of a sudden know that this pain is related to losing money. It gives a little bit more context, but we still want to know more. And negative 4K is especially good for the latent conditions of my audience. So most people, like most programs in this space, cost around 4K. So people are probably thinking like, oh no, did he like buy a program and get scammed? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it adds this drama. Yeah, 4K is just like a good number. Like a lot of people know that number in this space. So 4K is cool. Now, what is the angle or big idea? Let's think. Obviously, it has to do something with pain, and I have to teach a lesson through it. So I'm thinking of two ideas. Either we can go with, I want to show you guys the power of taking risks and how you must take risk, or talk about something about wasting money and how like skills is not a waste of money. I'm guessing the second one is probably the best bet. So we'll go with like, investing in your skills is never a waste of money. And this ties in with the goal. So what is the goal of this email? Well, the goal obviously is to add value to readers and send them to my offer page. That's the goal. So somehow we have to start with the subject line, which hooks them in, and get them through our email all the way down to the goal, which is to add value and send them to my offer page. So if we can do that, this is a successful email. Now, the brand voice that I have obviously is value-based. I love talking about value, very transparent, little bit redneck here and there, hence the youch. I would say goofy, unprofessional, non-needy. These are kind of the things, if I was going to have someone write for me, this is what I would tell them. Hey, I have a very value-based, value-first approach to business. I'm very transparent. I really respect transparency. I have a little bit of redneck and goofy and kind of unprofessional, non-needy, and very personal. Like I say bro, I say brother. I'm speaking like I'm speaking directly to you, right? So that's what the brand voice would be. Cool. So now, sometimes I'll have some creative ideas, which are things that are just really unexpected, or I kind of over deliver in some way. I don't have anything for this yet, so maybe something will hit me. But now the next thing to do is we want to start writing a rough draft. So keep in mind, we want to start at the subject line. We want to have this one big idea, which is investing your skills and never wasting money. And we want to keep this voice going on and eventually get them to the goal, which is the call to action. So let's think about how we do that. So I'm going to like spitball here. I might speed this up or I might just jump ahead, depending on how boring this is. But what you want to do in this rough draft is you want to just spew raw emotion. Like what raw emotions do you have around this big idea? Don't worry about making it pretty. Don't worry about getting the right things. Just spew everything on the page. Kind of like you want to start with this big marble block and take away these big chunks. And then in the edited draft, we will like refine it and make it sound really good. So I'm going to just pause it and write this rough draft real quick and come back and show you guys what I've got. All right, we're back and I have a pretty cool rough draft for you guys. So the first line I thought was like, all right, let's just start with a super short, super kind of slippery slope line. Let me see if I can zoom in here. That might make it easier. There we go. Which is, I hate wasting money, man. I use man, which is personal. I hate wasting money. The big idea, we already have this pain point of like, oh, we're wasting money. Then I just do some bullets to add some fun kind of story, like negative 200 for new AirPods since I lost my last ones. I'm not going to edit. I'm just going to do raw. Negative 97 because I forgot to cancel subscription. So I just had a little list here, and then I said, that list is small compared to what my friends and family would consider a waste of money. Yep, these are real pain points from past year. You can see I'm just kind of spewing random crap and ideas for how I want to tie this together. But my thought process was, let me see if I can zoom back out. It's a little close. My thought process was this. Basically say, here's me wasting some money. Here's what people think I'm wasting money on, which would be courses and all these things. Then explain why investing in courses is not a waste of money, which remember, that's the big idea. And then I'll kind of expand on that, build some curiosity, prove that. Then I want to prove that point. And then I will kind of tie it all together. And so this is kind of what this looks like is we start with like, all right, where's the hook? What is the subject line? What is the angle we're taking here? How do we expand on the angle? Then how do we tie the angle, lead it into the big idea, the big lesson, the big point, the big idea, whatever, the big domino. And then how do I expand on the big domino, which is through here? How do I prove it? And then what is the takeaway? What is the lesson? What is the call to action? So yeah, pretty cool. And now let's walk through together. I'm going to copy the rough draft. This is what I usually do is I take the rough draft and I'll copy it down here and we will create the edited draft. So let's go ahead and move this down a bit. So I hate wasting money. Let's keep this even simpler. Let's do a period. That's fine. Negative 200 for new AirPods. I left my old ones at a friend's house. This is a true story. These are all true stories. 97 because I forgot to cancel an old ClickFunnels subscription. And the reason I'm not putting dollar signs is because I don't want to go to promotion or spam. It's money. Do 297 because I spent a lot of months on ClickFunnels. Actually, you're probably like, I would do 197. I spent more than that though. $1,000 on my wife's car because her coolant was leaking. Credit card completely forgot I had money on. All right, now we got to figure out how do we tie this into what we're talking about. Actually, I waste money a lot. or I waste a lot of money. That makes more sense, I think. Yeah, I waste a lot of money. I'm not proud of it, but $200 for new AirPods. I think I waste a lot of money. This is how copy is written, guys. There's a lot of just sitting here boring, editing, going back and forth, trying different things to see what feels right, what your audience is going to connect with. All right, so now we got this $200 for new AirPods, 197. That list is small for my friends. I'm saying while this list list was an actual waste of money, let me show a list my parents Okay, so now we've got I waste a lot of money. Here's some cool like story, context, whatever. While this list was an actual waste of money, that was, I don't like how that sounds. Now check out list purchases my parents. All right, I just realized this is going to be super boring for you guys. So I'm just going to edit it and then show you what I did again, because hopefully this makes sense. This video was supposed to be really good in my head, but most of you guys probably already left by now. But this is what copy looks like. This is the boring reality. It's like you just write a bunch of raw emotion and then you sit down and edit it to try to figure out how do you make it sound better and make it flow good. And yeah, so all the like best copy is done honestly in the editing. Once you spill out that raw emotion, it's just editing it time and time again. So I'm gonna go through this with every line. I'll speed it up, and then we'll come back with the finished product. All right, so I just finished going through and editing this draft. So as you can see, we tightened up a lot of things here, and I'll run through kind of what I did. I just made things, the main thing I'm trying to go for here is I want to make it more concise, bring more emotion, and just tighten it up. Make sure it flows well. Make sure it really reads like a friend is just talking to you. So let's go through it. I waste a lot of money, ... I changed this instead of I hate wasting money, man. I don't know. It just sounded a lot better. It sounded less charged and more of just like friendly. I waste a lot of money. $200 for new AirPods. I left my old ones at a friend's house. Say rip. 197 because I forgot to cancel an old ClickFunnels subscription. $1,000 on my wife's car because her coolant was leaking. 35 on a credit card I completely forgot I had money on. These are all real, by the way. Like it's a sucky month, bro. I waste a lot of money. And I'll say, now all that list was painful to write and was a complete waste. Let me show you a list that wasn't a waste of money. 1.5K on a funnelability course, $200 on copywriting books, 1.2K on thumbnail design workshop, 4K on an editor, 2K on copywriting course. It wasn't nearly as I expected. I need to add something here. You just got, it takes time to figure out how to make these things flow. And I'm telling you, the flow in your emails comes from the editing. Like write an email, all the raw stuff, edit it once, take a 15-minute break, come back, edit it again. The more you edit it, the faster, the better it's going to be. But you don't want to over edit something to the point where like you're just wasting time on just one simple email. But this really is the key, guys. It's always in the editing. All right, so let me show you where it wasn't money. There's money, 5K. Okay, I think that line works better than I was blowing money left and right for 3 years. So for 3, I'm going to combine both of these. So for 3 years, my family thought I was burning money on these scammy courses. And to be honest, who could blame them? I kept telling them my massive dreams of making ticket with the line, traveling the world while working, and not being a failed video game nerd for the rest of my life. I'm going to say for the rest of my life. But at the time, I didn't appear to be making any progress. Say at the time, they said, but yeah, that's much better. Flows way better. You see, I understood an important concept that many people never discover. Investing in valuable skills is never a waste of money. Okay, so now we have done it, guys. We have taken the hook and we have flowed and had a nice little email into the big idea, which is investing in skills is never a waste of money. 3 years, $100,000 in online income later, I've proven that statement to be true. Stacking skills is the key to succeeding in any realm of life. Truly believe here's a few reasons why. Skills solve problems. Add value makes you more money. I'm going to make these italicized. Here, I'm just like backing up and proving this big idea because I do believe it to be true. That's how I went from 3K to 80K a month in 1 year by ruthlessly focusing on acquiring skills. Now I'm showing how like my transformation came from this concept, this idea that I'm telling you, and it's adding a lot of value to you because it sounds beneficial. It's like, oh yeah, I want to do what he did, so I need to follow his journey of acquiring skills. So that's how I went from 3K to 1K by ruthlessly focusing on acquiring skills. Make that bold. Actually, let's do this. If I need to learn a skill to accomplish a task, you best believe I'm finding a way to learn it. Who is good at the skill to teach me? Yeah, much better. That's why college failed me and many other entrepreneurs. I was trying to learn online business from old dudes who never owned a business. Lesson learned, LOL. Anyways, before I started on the college rant, the purpose of this email was to invest in your skills. It will pay off over time, even if it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it right now. Don't give any attention to people claiming you're wasting your money. Just smile and wave as you watch them pay negative 40K for their social studies degree. I'm going to move the face palm down here because I think that's a better place for it. I don't want to use too many emojis and crap. Perfect. I love that. Over time, your skills will make you valuable. Your value will make you money. Trust me. Hope this gave you the extra motivation you need to lock in and learn some skills this week. Talk soon, KJ. P.S. If copywriting is a valuable skill you need to learn, you should learn. Check out my YouTube to learn copywriting the slow but free way. And check out my offer page to learn the paid but fast way. Okay, cool. So now we have a very valuable email that's going to encourage people and teach them a good lesson, and it's going to tie into the goal, which is to add value to them, either send them to my YouTube or send them to my offer page where people can book a call and learn copywriting the fast way from someone who's done it and made a lot of money with it. So yeah, hopefully you guys learned something from this. I'm guessing this is like a freaking boring video, but maybe some of you guys watched to the end, and if you did, man, I love you. You are a real one, and man, if you continue focusing like this, you're going to succeed. So see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed.